I always gotta fucking play a lot there. Hey, Rhino, set me screens. Nigga, oh, man. I took this shit. Fuck me. This shit quiet as hell in this bitch.
Hip hop being the biggest influencer on our culture, on the world, more than
Nigga
our
trying to play.
Because other cultures come into our culture, right?
Shooting.
Quantity. And I
Ball don't lie.
I don't know how you do it. You from Miami. Hey, let me fly.
Dale. Dale.
You have to think ahead, and somebody has. We're all trying
Damn,
to
that
make
shit
money,
just
right?
killed
At
my
the end of the
fucking damn
day,
meter.
it
Dale.
should be the other way. It's about service. Leading is serving, right? It's making sure that the people I'm serving is getting exactly what they need. Because if I give them what they need, what's going to happen? They're going to keep coming back. That's right. I'm going to have them all the time, and then they're going to do
Fucking
what? Tell their
activated.
friends, and they're going to tell their friends, and then all of a sudden we start to grow.
Word of mouth is the best advertising.
Absolutely. So that's the key.
So for me, it's interesting you say that. what did you say? You said exposure leads to what? Expansion? Yeah, so like exposure, right? We got to jump in books. We got to read. In 2014, I pretty much read my first book for real. Maybe. It was Good to Great by Jim Collins. He wrote some of the most amazing business
red book.
Right. So I read that Good to Great.
I cannot get activated, bro.
Just like founding documents and like structure. And what they did is they studied the top 100 Fortune 500 companies and the comparison companies who went from good to great and who went out of business. Prime example, Blockbuster, Kroger, and like where's Blockbuster today? Remember, we all went to Blockbuster as a kid. So there's a few concepts in there that was critical. But then he also wrote books, right? So he did that, a bunch of case studies, and then he went to How the Mighty Fall, and then Built to Last, right? So you got a product, so that's good to great. You went to great. Now, how are you built to last? Not just have one good product, but you're a company. Now we're talking about breaking generational curses, and then how the mighty fall. So now once you get there, you built the last. How do we fall, right? And I say that because everything you talked about, we gotta be exposed to that. Yes. Like everything that you're talking about from a service standpoint, we gotta know that it's not just about the product. That's the last thing. It's people, process, and then product. But the only
Supposed to have fucking team takeover for us, bro.
Books, listening to you go on YouTube and just like, man, leadership. Google that. I mean, YouTube that, and see how people talk about building these companies that go from good to great and built to last.
Well, Brandon, you know something that pierced my heart. You guys were talking about this on the show, but you were talking about creating financial literacy for your family.
Yeah.
And teaching. You wanted to get someone to come in and teach them what it will look like.
I gotta duck him. I've been ducking this whole fucking time.
Teach people how to be successful.
Yeah.
But people got to want to understand what you're teaching too. It goes both ways. And I just think that is the key to all of this. Sometimes we don't want to go ask for help. People feel like, boy, if I do that, then my value won't be as good, or I'm asking too much, or maybe they're going to see me differently. Please go ask.
Yeah.
Go find out what you need to do to be successful.
That's good. So that was 2010, signed it was actually a 4-year, $40 million extension pretty much with the Miami Dolphins. Coach, I ain't touched my money. My money sat in a money market account, not earning nothing for 5 years. And the market was booming.
Right.
2010 on, you couldn't at least get 10% if you had a good financial advisor. What I did is I took a bunch of note cards out, and I literally
I can't even hit the fucking time.
All
My
the
bad.
financial terms. What does ROI mean?
You got ball,
with a stock, bond, et cetera, et cetera. And when I was playing for the Dolphins, what I would do is on a road trips on a plane, I would write that stuff down, and then I would study it. And then I said, when I can sit in these meetings and understand what they're saying, then that's when I'm gonna be comfortable. But it took me a couple years. I lost probably $5 million I could have made in the market, my money working for me. But for me, I was like, I don't want to be that guy where they take advantage of me and I lose my money because I'm sitting in these meetings. I don't know what this stuff means.
That happens a lot, though. That happens a lot. I see more athletes lose money to bad financial advisors and bad.
Oh my God! What the fuck is this guy's
one
doing?
Of the few that I've ever seen be successful at what you're doing, and you've had
This
your
guy's fucking retarded.
But everybody thinks that they can just start a business and it's just going to be booming. Or to start a nightclub and it's going to be booming, or get a tequila brand and it's going to be booming. And that's just not the case.
No. I think people need to understand and hear the horror stories from people that have tried it and understand the discipline it takes to become successful. Everybody that's starting stuff on Instagram is selling shoes or selling clothes, hats, or whatever it may be. They want this instant gratification.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm supposed to have a fucking team takeover for us, bro.
Like that. You got to continue to build and harp on it, and at some point, study. Obviously, you should study before you can do anything to begin with.
That's right.
And then over time, then you see the fruits of your labor.
Coach, we were supposed to be here for 5 minutes, but this conversation got good. OG,
Coach, I love the bottle. I love the setup. I love the rose gold more than that's Anejo. But the name is Grand Leyenda.
Grand Leyenda, which stands for Grand Legend.
You coach. Mm-hmm. Give me 3 legends of the game in your era.
3 legends you coach.
Chad Johnson.
Okay.
Man, talk that talk, man. I'll go with that. What made him a legend? You heard him?
He was amazing.
Yeah, talk to him, coach.
Not only
Don't, hey, no, be real now,
be
coach.
real.
That's why people love our show, because we don't play around
no.
to him, coach.
I'm keeping
So just
it real.
because he here, talk to him. If he was trash, he's trash.
Brandon, I will keep it real with you. This guy was different.
Talk to him.
He studied the game. It was important to him, and I couldn't get him off the field.
Wow.
I don't care if it was practice. I mean, he would go take reps with the scout team.
Yeah, we talked about
Receivers today are not like the receivers I had. Him and TJ, they were a different breed.
Right.
Those guys could go all day. You have these receivers now, they run a couple routes, they got to come out.
Right.
They have practice, couple routes, I
right.
got to come out. These guys could run all day. They were just different.
A couple
You
weeks
get that corner?
Scout team reps.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only way I can get my work because I was going against the number one DBs.
I know.
That's the only way I can get
Listen,
my work.
Coach, we Channing was sitting right here a few weeks ago, and T.O. was sitting right here where Brandon's sitting. Channing said that these guys.
Come on, Tay, use your. This nigga Tay
were
retarded.
they a distraction, or were they motivation by some of the antics that they presented?
Oh, bro, please tell me that's not one of y'all called timeout.
That's what changed Cincinnati Bengals.
I love it.
That's just exactly what happened.
Bro, every time I get to the top of my fucking bar, bro, somebody calls a fucking timeout, we get a fucking 5 seconds, bro.
Because I knew how to deal with it.
Right.
Did you ever have to say, like, bro, you doing too much?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't ever remember because he would always tell me where it was going. He would let me
tell him ahead of
know.
time.
He would. He would let me know what he was trying to accomplish. And honestly, that's the cloth I'm cut from.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. What was he trying to accomplish with the gold? During you wasn't coaching him at that time. The gold jacket?
No, I was gone.
Okay,
I was gone at that time.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Because he said he felt like he just crossed 10,000 yards, I think it was.
Point, yeah.
And he was like, oh, yeah, now
I feel, and I'm not finna wait for validation from them folks like y'all doing, allowing them to control
Well,
your
it's Tay
mind.
passing.
Yeah.
Allowing them to control your mind. They love that. The fact that they have
Oh, bro, this shit is annoying, bro.
going from the game to control how you feel. I will never give y'all the satisfaction to know that you have control over me once I'm done playing, which is why.
You looking into the camera?
I'm looking. Yeah.
All right, so look. All right, so we talking about the game. I'm gonna put you on the spot right now.
Bring it
Coach.
on.
I'm gonna say a name.
Pump fake.
Just talk to me.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield, quarterback, Cleveland Browns, first pick of the draft. I stood on the table to draft him. The biggest regret I have is that I didn't personally coach him. I gave that job as the offensive coordinator to someone else. I'm not gonna.
Tay not in the party chat. Tay went to go talk to Ivan and them, bro.
Decision on my part.
Yeah.
Hey, Rhino, don't even help these niggas, Rhino.
Through his process.
I think I know that.
Stop helping these niggas, bro. I can't help you. I can't help you because I'm in the fucking corner.
Coaches we brought on the staff.
Let it get messy. He won't get messy.
But at the end of the day, I really believe that.
I don't know,
again, you're
but
talking about a Heisman
I just want-
winner that walked into a meeting of a 1-31 team.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. We supposed to be beating these niggas by 30. Cause I'm supposed to have team takeover in the first quarter.
What does he bring to the table? He didn't understand the dynamics of what had happened the 2 years prior.
We got,
That's
yo,
what I
Rhino.
believe happened.
We got mad turnovers because niggas not playing, bro.
When started to happen, I believe that came from a different place. I really do.
When you say answers, what do you mean?
When the gestures towards me, the things.
These
that
niggas
were
suck. We
said.
missed fucking 7 shots, bro.
If I remember, he said that I was a phony, and that's one damn sure I'm not a phony.
We know that.
I'm from South Central LA. I'm phony from South Central LA. No,
Pass Oh my god, he get over there and start doing dumb shit.
I believe that some people had him feel differently about
The niggas getting double teamed right there in front of you on the 3-point line, my nigga.
Make sure you know exactly where this person's from before you start digging into things or saying things.
No, I'm just saying, like,
There's no way in hell I'm not activated.
you know, they hear a lot of stuff from their agents, you know, the outside, you know, influences,
Their coaches.
family. You know, the first thing Belichick would say is, your family, they're morons. For the next 6 months, they don't know nothing because they're not in the building. Not that he was disrespecting your family, but you've been in the building.
I think it's bigger than that.
It could be, but I mean,
well, let me tell you what I think. And pull me back if I'm going too far.
It's not even that, bro. That other nigga calling timeouts and shit, bro. That shit just literally killed my shit. And getting 5 seconds like this shit right here, bro. This shit is fucking annoying, bro. This is why I don't play this fucking game.
I talk about it all the time. Me and Nick Wright, we argue every day on Fox. Until you prove it to me, don't be doing the talk. You say it all the time. These players now, they put the fame before the game.
100%.
And that's my thing.
Okay.
You the quarterback. You the man. Like, yo, I get that to you. Cool.
Right.
But right now, until you prove to me that you're a Pro Bowler, a real Pro Bowler, a real all-pro player, you win a Super Bowl or something like that, then I'm going to follow you. But with the antics. So that's my thing with Baker. And then also, he can't show his personality. He can be himself.
You seen Brady do that?
Different vibe.
Brady's not from Baker's generation.
Not Eli. Did you see Peyton Manning?
And then also, he's not from Baker's generation.
Did you see Aaron Rodgers do that?
Aaron Rodgers is not from Baker's generation. This generation
do
is
you
flashy,
see
bro.
Deshaun Watson doing that?
I see Phillip Rivers do it.
Stop.
No.
Yeah.
No, what?
Yeah.
That's Phillip Rivers do it.
That's right.
Philip has called across the field to me and said, "Hey, Coach Jackson, what are you doing today?"
Ooh.
And we beat him.
This is a guy you can go win with.
You can't win with Baker.
Don't.
So talk about Nick Chubb. That man ain't got to throw the ball like he had to throw the ball a couple of years ago.
So you believe in Baker?
You helping out a two-way, bro. That's Monte, bro. He's one of us. He know how to play defense, bro.
When you look at
I like him. Like, people get on me all the time, like, why?
Exactly. Don't stop helping him. He's a two-way. You got defensive back. Just play your man.
From a touchdown to interception.
Nah, it's definitely the one you help because this man got 15 too, bro.
Correct. And guess what? You know what that's called?
Look, that's his man right there, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
That's the NFL.
Well, maybe because I had this debate every day around Baker Mayfield. They're like, well, you know, why do you keep saying run the ball? This is Nick Wright, my partner. But why do you keep saying run the ball and play action? Well, because like Baker is not the guy who's going to drop back 40, 50 times.
He can drop back 40, 50 times.
No, he cannot.
Chad Johnson, I ain't gonna call you.
First time being active, and I've been.
What he can do, Jim McMahon, Rex Grossman, and he can do Blake Porter.
I can't guard that in the paint.
But Jacksonville has one of the best defenses.
Oh, I thought you were setting the screen. You just running by. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I shot behind it. They let that nigga just run right through that bitch.
But Baker, with the run game and the defense, that's always been the formula in the NFL, regardless of the rules.
But here's my problem.
That's why he's
Not in this era.
But no.
No, it still works in this era. It still works in
That's the
this era.
foundation.
Hold on.
That's the
Fred,
foundation.
It's not going to work in this era. You're not going to win games like that. I want to hear from the two offensive players and the head coach. A running game and a killer defense. You can't win a championship.
San Francisco 49ers.
Opportunity. Bingo.
That's so they were in the Super Bowl because of what you just said.
Because of what you just
Being
said.
able to run the ball and great defense.
That's the formula.
That is one.
I should have went up under.
Yeah, but what happens in the Super Bowl? You have to throw to win. Okay? I mean, you have to run to score, but you throw to win.
100%.
They let him make this. I'm saying, bro.
And the National Football League is one of the biggest indicators of the opportunity to win.
Bingo. Big plays, baby.
It's not rushes. People think it is. The physicalness of the game, of being able to run the ball and being able to dominate the opponent, is very valuable.
Show up for it.
And if you can do that, you have a chance to win a game, especially if you have a good defense.
You said you felt like
I was gonna throw that there, but my pass is not good.
Right.
Do you think it's because you were black? And there's the perception right now. The NFL just launched its diversity plan, and Troy Vincent said, this is just one of many things that we're going to do. The Rooney Rule is broken. The first thing he launched was, look, we need to incentivize our clubs to develop.
Yeah, you can't press that. You gotta get back.
At all levels.
to me, it comes down to who are they comfortable with.
Look
And
at
like the Miami Dolphins, Steve Ross, he goes out of his way to hire, promote, elevate minorities. Organizations have not done a good enough job, in my opinion. And this is where
That's the
Rudy
how they get like, bro. The
when
niggas backed away from
Hugh
me.
Jackson elevated from Cincinnati and he became an offensive coordinator, I believe, with Oakland Raiders. Yes. Okay. He got that opportunity. Where are the people of color? How often do they get an opportunity to become offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, special teams coaches, assistant head coaches? I'll tell you they're few and far between. And that's where the dividing line is, because
I told you who you was helping out, bro.
Sean McVay's, where you go from quarterback coach to head coach immediately.
I thought I was bullshitting.
Elevate. But that
He's
happens
fucking.
there. It does not happen to us. And we have to not only get that offensive coordinator job, but then knock it out of the park and do dynamic. Look at Kansas City in terms of
I mean, like how my nigga was moving. He was moving type of kind of weird.
How many damn top 5 offenses does he have to do to finally get over this hurdle of he had some drama in college?
14 points is doable.
Getting a job 20 years later, like what is that about?
That tells you all you need to know. That tells you all you need to know. The fact that they have to incentivize people that have a preference on what they like and what they prefer, they're telling you all you need to know.
No!
They got the door when they don't want you there. That is basically all they're saying. They don't want. It's not that they don't want you there.
This game is ass. That's what I be saying, bro. Like, this shit don't want me.
They're very uncomfortable. No doubt, but people have to understand. You got to walk all this back to the start of the league. Minorities were not involved in the league when the league first started. Right. In order for
You said that's 2 Qs.
in the National Football League, they had to go to court.
Oh wow.
And that was 20 years or 30 years after the league had started.
That was a terrible shot.
Forget that the first minority head coach was 60 years after the
I
league
should have
started.
passed to the computer.
So
Fucking go.
today, this is the 100-year history of the National Football League. There's only been 18 minority head coaches.
Hey, Dad, you got a pump fake sometimes, bro.
Roughly how many head coaches you think?
100. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So my point is, you have to go dig into these things in order to understand it better, because the minority start point is way different than our Caucasian brothers' start point. And that's what people don't understand.
Dang, we got you here on the show. There's so much we can talk about.
Hey, can I get a donut?
Yeah, you can eat a donut. You Ocho.
Baby, can I get a donut, please?
All right, so what's going on? Hold on. Sit down.
Wait, why you?
Sit down. Do we got a mic to pick up this? Can we anything to pick this up? Coach, we talk a lot about marriage. And you just found out that this dude trying to pop the question.
She's beautiful.
She's beautiful.
Yeah. She's got to be more than beautiful, though.
He didn't say she was pretty.
I know him extremely well, and for her to be here with him says to me that she's special.
Okay, she's special, and you said he didn't say that she's pretty, that she's beautiful. What does that mean?
What's the difference?
I mean, pretty women come and go. That's true. I mean, beautiful, for me, beauty is it's your soul. Like, what do you present? How do you present yourself? People, age will knock you down quick, so you say she's beautiful.
We don't got a fucking timeout.
When you know that this person makes me a better human being, and I can't live without her. That's when you know.
Amen.
And you shouldn't get married if they gotta add value to your life. Absolutely. They gotta make you a better man. Absolutely. No question about it. And you shouldn't do it if you don't feel like, oh well, she's taken away from me. It's gotta be your ride or die through it all.
You wanna add?
Yep. Ocho said he just wanted a donut.
I just wanted a donut.
I mean, it's cool, but we know who we dealing with. We are dealing with.
What we dealing with?
I can honestly say your career has really taken a big turn. You're no longer, like, you talk that shit about wanting to play again.
Yeah.
But you're a media person.
He's been a media person for like 5 years.
But you're a full-time, I mean, he just knows the answer. He knows how to attack people.
Cold.
He knows how to stir up the pot.
Yeah.
Everybody talking about, we got to see that Vander Mike fight.
Yeah.
I want to see it too.
Yeah.
But that was a great interview.
Yeah.
like, you know how to push the envelope. You know, you talking to coach. You know, you're asking questions about Baker and this and that. The whole thing.
You're right. Baker hot right now. We're going to go viral for coach.
No, it's not irrelevant. It's good points. Coach bring a lot to the table. Talking about
That shit
minorities
rough
in
in
sport.
here.
You know, the timing.
That shit crazy. I can't believe this nigga really sold us like that in that first quarter. This shit down.
Your camera. No, I'm gonna give you your camera.
My camera.
Damn, this motherfucker like Dion, bro. Like every time I do that shit, that nigga, I do not get that shit, bro.
65% winning percentage as a coach. I don't know how many times he's been to the playoffs. We're talking about Steel City, what he's done. I mean, we're talking about Coach Coward. We're talking about Pittsburgh. Probably the most winning coach.
There's a possibility, but me knowing Mike, I think towards the end he will rest his starter.
You think so?
Yes, because I've seen him do it before. Because he truly believes he's trying to go win the chip. That's what he wants to do. At the end of the day, he wants that Super Bowl. So
So you think the Steelers, 15-0, going into last season, they're going to rest their starters?
I've watched them be 14-2 and rest them against my Cleveland Browns team.
Yeah, but that's a little different though, being 15-0 though, coach.
I still want to know why he didn't bring me in as a free agent. I want to know.
He didn't bring me in too.
But I think what's important that you guys need to understand about him, the Marvin Lewises, the Tony Dungy's, all those guys, is those guys carry the weight of winning, but they also carry the weight of the race.
Right. Yeah, 100%.
That is so important for people to understand. They're not just the normal coach. That's the head coach.
Oh, I hit the wrong fucking button.
They have to make sure it gets right because you said it. You have to win as a minority. Correct. And Mike Tomlin's done it at the highest level all the time. He's never had a losing season. So he's carrying that the right way.
Do you want to coach again?
Oh my gosh, next year. Get me on the grass right now. I'm going back.
Head coach, quarterback coach,
whatever it is. I need to go back. That's what I do, Brandon. I love leading men. I love being involved in the strategy of the game.
Would you go the Herm Edwards route and go to the college level?
Yes, at the right situation.
What would you tell young Hugh, Dorsey High? I mean, it was a dream, right? I mean,
oh my God. I grew up on 52nd and I went to Bubba Church. Absolutely. The Hoover Crips were right down the street. Okay, so I lived all that.
You could quit with 1 second left.
Head coach. I'm one of those 18, and I've done it twice. Now I've done it in 2 organizations. Very few that have done it twice. Yeah,
Nigga, man got 35.
Raiders and the Cleveland Browns. I tried it. I always run to the bear. I want to go tackle the bear because I think if
so. Who's the bear now?
The bear right now, I don't know who the next season will be. But whatever it is, my point is when you look at Cleveland, they haven't won. So if you go there and you win, you just seal your legacy. Let's go.
Are you head coach worthy right now today?
There's no question in my mind.
Why?
Because I know how to get a team prepared. I can get them to play and follow me. And with the right things that I need,
Resources.
absolutely, then I can win.
So, if you happen to get a head coaching job again next year, a coach anywhere,
Don't say if, say when. We're going to speak it to it existence. Well, you know where we're from.
what is the possibility of me coming back?
No, I got a badge.
Hey, scouting department.
I'm at the door.
South Miami. No, that's
he came
to come
to
back.
Cleveland for 2 days. Hey, coach.
He was
And
horrible,
he
wasn't he?
disappeared.
Yeah.
So I'm being honest. I asked him, Chad, where are you? He said, Hugh, I had to go.
He left.
Yeah, I left.
Oh, T left?
It's not for everybody. Coaching is not
Come on, we in there.
Because
With
I'm
3,
thinking
come on.
I'm coming to coach and be with the receivers, talk with them, not X's and O's in there drawing up scout team plays. I got a buddy that's so
The
fast.
time element was a little much for him.
All right, so look, real quick. Thank you for joining the show.
How many carrots is too many? Is too many carrots? Let me do my reporter thing.
I have a small hand, so I don't want a big. I'm more of a clarity. I want a good clarity.
Okay. And why is Chad the right man?
He's a great person. Selfless, and he knows how to perform.
Okay. Is this all the game though? Because like he always doing stuff, leaving big tips. Is he really a nice guy?
He is.
I don't know why I didn't take Kansas.
All right, so, bro, why you change your number? Because today I got a text and it said, yeah, you talking about reporter? Hey, come here. Hey, I'm on my Oprah. It ain't Oprah, it's because of Omar Kelly, baby. Why you change your number today? And you say Free Marshall's my number. What you thought this was? Y'all on the hot seat. This the red table.
And listen, she devoted me, right? So I done had the same number, 15, 13, 12 years. I think my phone ringing all times of night, and I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. So we woke up. I'm like, yo, what's up? You good? And obviously she wasn't good. So I say, listen, in the morning, I'm going to go grab some Starbucks. So I go to Starbucks, and, we got into it about the phone ringing all times of night. And boom, I pull back up to the condo. This motherfucker got her bag in the Uber. Oh, Lord. And I was trying to figure out why I just called you, why you ain't answer. I'm just in my head. So I see the Uber, I see she got a little bag. I'm like, man, I pulled in front of the Uber, I pulled the minivan up, man, what the fuck going on? Yeah. And I went in the back seat, and like, yo, what's up? Where you going? And
I'm going back to Tampa.
she was going back to Tampa.
In Uber.
In Uber.
No, so I was going to the airport.
Oh, okay.
So y'all good now? You changed the number. She won. And y'all remember what I said, Fred? What did I say a couple shows ago? I said, boy, when a real woman tell you like you need to change this or I'm out of there, what you do?
Change.
Quick.
I got the same text.
You did? Real quick. All right, so no, I appreciate that, bro.
Bro, you don't do nobody like that, man. I felt I was in a chokehold.
And you listen.
Yeah, cuz.
Ain't no cuz, you listen. Well, why you listen? Why in that moment did you change the number?
You gotta understand, when other women see good men like Chad happy, comfortable, and just content, that's when they just like, oh, he happy? Somebody else making him happy? Coming after you. They coming after you.
Bro, I just witnessed a nigga just kill a nigga on the last game, bro.
Make sure you speak loud, 'cause this is good. Where else we going with this, Cole? Where we going with this?
I can't do much about it.
You got
I'm trying to figure out how y'all not even on my side. As
I know your son, that's my sister, boy.
Sometimes you need a good woman to help you realize when it's time to grow up.
Because men can be weak at times when.
Weak?
Yeah.
I live 225.
How you deal with this?
Nigga not even playing again still. This game is ass.
Y'all don't pay him any mind.
That's good. No, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you, but I don't appreciate you for real. I don't appreciate you retweeting and re-Instagram and reposting my post when I'm talking about. Because here's the situation. I said four carrots. I'm glad you cleared it up and said that clarity is more important. Women, she's right. But
look, Brandon, I was just trying to put you guys out there more. I had to give him something to look at. So.
That's right. I appreciate it. Hey, go close on another house so we can get that Prada bag. Cheers. A Prada bag. No, we gonna spend all your money, man. I'm proud of y'all.
Why the fuck is there 4 people on one side?
Yeah, congratulations.
That's right.
About time you grew up.
I'm proud of you.
About time you grew up.
She's a beautiful woman, and you deserve that. And behind every good man is a strong woman.
Behind? Because you know the new phrase is beside.
Well, here's the key. I've always said this. Like, the husbands are ready, but the wives are the daddy. See, you can't turn that head without the daddy.
Ooh.
So that's how.
Chef, you hear him? Is that right? Is you agree with Coach saying, the OG?
Oh, this nigga just airball.
So what happened when you got a crooked in there?
Hey, Dale, Owen circle. They not passing us the ball.
That's no pressure.
Let me get this thing
alla puttanesca with shrimp.
You fancy. Spaghetti alla
Puttanesca.
I could dunk on the user,
Spaghetti alla puttanesca.
but
This
the computer,
actual
hey, you
sauce
can't do
is
that,
made
buddy.
with capers, olives, and anchovies, but Fred has a special sauce that I made without anchovies for him because he's allergic to fish.
I'm gonna put you on the thing,
Hey,
man.
I know you
want me to die? You know what I mean.
Leo last episode, he get the special
No,
treatment.
it's the same meal, but he just doesn't have anchovies in his sauce. I had to make his sauce separate.
You just talk about strong women like she know what I need, bro.
That's right. That's a strong woman right there.
Like, ain't no
So-
guessing.
So, Chef, Coach just made a strong statement talking about, like, I mean, what came to your mind when you heard him say the man is the head, woman is the neck, and you can't do nothing without that neck? So, what came to you?
Just ran around the court.
Definitely a good analogy because you can't maneuver without your neck.
Yeah. Like, do you really think that a man needs a woman, right? Like, how powerful is a woman and a man? Just that relationship, just that dynamic.
A woman will see what you don't see. We're watching your back, your front, you're all over. So while you're heading out, just having a normal day, we can see. The same way your parents probably told you the same thing, your mom, that friend is no good for you or whatever. You know what I mean? I can
So,
see.
woman intuition.
Yes,
That's real.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Your
Absolutely.
You think that's real, bro?
Your homeboy not gonna nurture you. You know what I'm saying? The guys running around with these dudes, and these dudes be like, oh, they be blind. I got your back. I'm loyal. They throw loyalty.
How many
to
times
him.
a dude has told you that girl is no good for you? It's never happened.
That is so true, oh.
It's the truth. They gonna hold you down. Your homeboys can be blind as a bat. Like, man, it's bad.
But the women intuition thing is for real, for real?
But hold on. Let me
No, I'll be honest.
let me get into something a little deep here with you. What about a woman who feels like, hey, she needs to be the head?
Well, remember, I'm old school, so
Okay. What that mean?
I feel like the man needs to be in control. I mean, I come from my parents. They actually had a 66th wedding anniversary on the 30th of November.
Congratulations.
And my dad was the head of the household, and my mom, she just, I mean, she was there. She was very strong. She's still very strong-minded, but he led, and she was right there with him. You bring home the bacon, I fry it up in the pan, and I'll take care of everything in the house while you take care of everything else. Things are different now because I see it even with my oldest daughter. Her and her boyfriend share responsibilities, but that's the millennials.
Yeah.
But for me, coming
And
from,
you don't have no problem with that?
oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I definitely love it. I see a different respect. It's definitely different. But again, I come from a different era.
But that's interesting that you, because sometimes, you know, they live on one end of the spectrum where it's like, yo, you know, the man is the head, women you follow, and then
They're all in
the
circle.
era, it's like, yo, we're in this, it's right here with everything, even our language. And so to hear you say that, it seems like you're open to both.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that now it's a new day and things are definitely different. My daughter cooks and her boyfriend washes the dishes. Well, but again, what I come from is that we cook and we wash.
All right, can I put you on the spot real quick?
Go ahead.
So Jeezy, I said that a couple times already. Almighty Dollar, Black Dollar.
Okay.
That song is dope. On his Instagram, he put together this whole collage of black-owned businesses with the layered around the song.
Mm-hmm.
You were on there.
Yes.
How'd that make you feel when you saw Jeezy shouted you out?
Oh, it felt really good. But did you hear the part that he said, I had on a Gucci scarf, and he said, Gucci don't like black. So, but when I posted it, I actually hashtagged that. But
Yeah.
again, I'm old school.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I definitely, he took that opportunity to showcase a whole lot of different.
You should have been reached when the pads was in the air.
Right, well, with the song.
And it wasn't huge black businesses. It was
No,
just
it was small.
Small, local.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, this is good.
You like it? Oh, yeah.
I'll come here every week. I got some. Go ahead. What you got? Who's better receiver, me or Brandon? Oh my God. Wow.
Fuck.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, okay.
Tequila boy.
Wow.
Tequila boy.
So I almost had an opportunity to coach Brandon when I was in Baltimore.
Oh, that's right.
We were trying to get him to come.
were begging his agent, Kennard McGuire.
Which year?
It was a year where Joe Flacco was the quarterback. It was Joe's first year. I was begging Brandon to come play for us.
Okay, 2008.
Brandon made a decision that's wasn't gonna. I mean, he got money other places. I mean, be very honest with you. But I was disappointed because I knew what he was. I mean, this guy was.
Oh my God, on your head.
He was big. He was physical. He was tough. He was arrogant, and he knew what he was gonna be.
Oh, he must wanted the
But
ball
I
or
had
something.
an opportunity. The reason why I
Almost
was
over
so
there.
drawn to Brandon was because of this guy. Because that's what he was. He was arrogant. He was tough. He was a showman, and he played the game at a different level.
What people don't realize is they got to work to back that all up.
Oh, absolutely.
And like both of them,
Oh, yeah.
they work.
Go look at the stats. Go look at who they are. And so, both of these guys were phenomenal. And I coached Chad. I didn't get a chance to coach Brandon, so obviously I'm gonna be a little bit more partial to Chad.
Right.
I spent so much that look those. I hope your future wife understands that I used to get those calls at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, you remember that?
Do I remember it?
Hey, you know I used to call him and Marvin in the middle of the night.
God.
I recall him.
Oh,
Hey,
the
listen,
time.
hey, yo, close you. I'm open. Hang up.
Future wife understands that I used to get those calls at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, you remember that?
Do I remember it?
Hey, you know I used to call him and Marvin in the middle of the
my
night.
God.
I recall him.
Oh, the
Listen,
time.
hey, yo, close you. I'm open. And hang up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, dead ass.
And want to know what the game
Oh.
plan is.
Hey,
You-
2 in the morning?
Yes.
2, 3, 4 in the morning?
And I'm like, Chad, we have meetings coming
Mm-hmm.
up. 3 hours, 4 hours. Oh, just okay. I'm good.
No, I'm not good. I'm sleeping. Hilarious.
I just got home a couple of hours ago.
Yeah. Hey, you know, I don't club, even back then. Man, I'm asleep, 9 o'clock, 9:30. Man, by the time 4, 5 o'clock hit, man, I started ringing phones.
Oh, yeah. No,
Marvin,
he
what
was
y'all
something
doing?
now. He was
Oh, man, that was fun.
No, my man is AI.
Confirm or deny. Chad.
I just gotta get that shit. I just put my
I can confirm that Chad Johnson stayed in the Players Lounge at the Cincinnati Bengals training facility.
For 2 years. That's how you save money.
And I thought something was wrong with him. And Marvin, like me, said, this man needs a house.
Yeah.
He needs to move on.
Yeah.
Out of here.
Yeah, okay. I ain't really need a place. I could have really lived in there. If they ain't make me move, I would have stayed in the stadium. I was locked in, boy. I was locked in.
Anything, you know, like Chad, he all over the place, man. Everybody love Ocho. Any stories we don't know about Ocho?
That laugh, that's the one we want.
Yeah, I can't go there. I know too many stories about myself.
That's not a foul?
We used to, I'm sure he remembers this, we used to have the bingo room. The reason
Come
why
back.
I worked with these guys is because I let them talk about anything that they wanted to for 15 minutes. That's how we started our meetings. I let them
Did they count?
what it was. Sometimes it was about young ladies, it was about
Yo, this game is ass, bro.
life, it was about family, and
That's a great strategy.
we grew together because I got to know them on a different level. They got to know me.
Yo, did y'all start that fantasy shit?
Then we took it to the next level. We would always go eat
Nah, this nigga
together
don't never hit me.
on Thursdays after practice. We would go to PF Chang's. They would feed us for free, and we sit there, and it was just like another extension of that meeting. And I needed to know them. I needed to know what made him tick, and TJ, and Chris Henry, and all the rest of them. I mean, they were just different. They were different.
I thought you were about to dunk the ball. Like, you see this, that nigga makes that, but I can't make a fucking floater on the open.
Because, you know, Chad, he was just in Jacksonville a few weeks ago.
I could never make that shit, I swear.
Doing some stuff for the Jaguar. And they said, hey, Ocho in town, I know you guys do a podcast together. Is he real? What kind of guy is he really? And I told him, you know, I was like, what you guys got on the film all these years, you know, that's part of the game. That's game day. That's what you saw. But when you put him out of that situation, out of that environment, he has a good heart. He's a real solid dude. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna bend over back for anybody. Somebody told me you left a crazy tip at a restaurant in Jacksonville.
Recently.
He leaves with crazy.
That was just recently. He do it all the time.
I know he do it all the time, but
it was like $960 or something.
I forget what restaurant. I'm trying to think of the spot.
Miller's Ale House.
At the Ale House. I was going through the stadium, and they was like, yeah, Chad's upstairs. I was like, yeah, I'm going to holler at him. It's like, yeah, they also say we was at the wrong place at the wrong time because we ain't get the tip. He left like a $900 tip or something. But he's naturally, when people ask me from the show, he's naturally a good dude.
He's always been that way.
What I'm saying is, the question I'm going to is because people know him from the stuff that he did on the field. They thought he was a distraction. How much of a leader was he in your receiving room?
Before you go there, but there's more to the story. He always do that. I mean, he was always a trendsetter, and he also did like, you know, hey, meet me here, and I'm gonna pay for the first 100 people, et cetera, et cetera. But no, but the tip that he left, I don't know if you saw that part of the story. The dude actually needed the money. Like, he was crying, bro, on social media saying, like, man, Ocho's left me this tip, and I was about to lose my house. My mom needed X amount of, like whatever medicine, and I might be chopping the story a little bit, and this dude on social media crying because he left that tip. Did you know?
That's the part of it that doesn't get covered by the media.
They don't understand.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they see.
That's not a huge story.
They see the river dance. They see the jacket. They see the looking through the lens.
Because they're gonna get a few million.
You just said it.
Opinions.
People don't know his heart.
Right.
I got to know his heart. That's why I wanted to know him differently, and my whole room differently, because what you just described is true. People, I used to have so many reporters call me after the fact, since Chad stopped playing, going, who is he really? Boy, I've heard he's like this, he's like that. I go, where'd you get that from? Well, somebody from over there said. I go, who's that somebody? You know, people take narratives, as you know, and they run with them. Yeah, and they run with them. They don't get to know the real.
That's the exact same reason why I didn't judge you when you got to the Dolphins.
He fucking balls.
And I learned from a lot of those experiences. Like, you can read the stories and you can see same thing when you got to the Dolphins. I was like, nah, I ain't. Like, when you get to know people and you get to see who they are, that's when you really, you know, get to understand. Like, people underestimate how intelligent you are. Like,
My bad, I'm always thinking right away, trying to set up a screen.
like, I understand how intelligent. I know how intelligent you are, and people who play with you know how intelligent you are, but they don't realize you're like at this level of intelligence to the point where you would sit in meetings and blow up at these coaches and tell them what they should be doing, and everybody on the team like, yeah.
You have to agree. Oh, you have to agree though. But that's just totally stereotypical of the NFL player.
That's right, jock.
Because we're not all just jocks. I mean, we all are trying. We all are trying to find a way to give back. We're trying to be more educated. Hell, that's what this show is about.
I'm trying to pull this bitch from half court.
A couple days ago, and just the name of the show, you know, you're really, it was the basis of you're more than an athlete, right? And that's what everybody needs to see. You know, I've gotten feedback where they say, you know, Brandon is this or Chad is this, you know, Channing, he's this.
Based on the little that they know from what the media has portrayed of them, from media members who don't know them.
That's the entire, you know, spectrum.
Watch out! I'm trying to logo dame that bitch. On circle, Dale.
Say, look, man, stop. Like, this is what we're after. And you'll get some guys, you know, gravitate towards that. Perfect example for me.
That bitch look good. One more, Rhino. One more, Rhino.
Like, bro, come on, man.
Oh, he tried to catch a body.
Like, you're not going to be here much longer if you keep doing, you know, what went down. And that was after the Vegas thing. Pac, he got in line and He ended up extending his career another 8, 9, 10, whatever, however many more years. But it just takes that leadership to pull these guys. Because, like I said, the lack of experience and the lack of exposure because of our backgrounds and the lack of.
We went to the Hawks. I don't know.
When we have people that can pull us. They got. Towards us, then they have an
I don't know who the fuck they got. They got. That's why nice though.
I really think that's what this show is gonna do. At the end of the day, they say we.
Then they got that guy from Florida State, I think.
Drop gems. We looking to give you our experience. You know what I'm saying? We talking from here. Before we go from anywhere
and
else.
I think that's the beauty of this show. A lot of what y'all have gone through, not enough of you have shared that with the young generation.
We haven't had the platform to share it either.
That's true.
So it's perfect.
And if they did, they were afraid to. Because you might.
This shit ass.
Because it's what Fred said a second ago. Let's be honest, the league is 70% black players. So there's a culture in there that people look at. And because you listen to loud music, you listen to rap, you wear gold chains, you do these things, people see you differently.
Right.
And we have to understand that. And so you're now being judged.
Yo, this computer is destroying me.
Than who you really are. Right. So then, like I said earlier, the narratives start to run. Then people go, oh, he's a bad guy.
Because we didn't have control of the narrative.
Absolutely. You don't even know who that guy is. So when it's time for you to stand up and say who you really are, someone tells you, be careful what you say.
Right.
Because somebody might take it the wrong way. And all it takes is one person to take it the wrong way, and your value goes down.
We're not normalizing the free on this show. We're going to give it to you how it's supposed to be given.
That's why.
That's what it is.
Absolutely.
Like, we are people first. We are athletes, but we are people.
As a media member, I've always looked at them as people. They've gone through experiences. They've lived through things. They've endured things with their family. They've supported this person. They've tried this venture. They've grown and experienced. You know how
2
many
seconds.
books this man has recommended to me and pointed out to me? And if you say that, people will be like, Brandon reads books? And I'm like, why wouldn't he read books? He has, if you think he can understand a playbook and process a playbook and create and go for a game plan and then execute the game plan, why couldn't he read books about investment and about leadership and about, personal growth? Like, it's Chad, for instance, people don't understand that Chad is one of the most caring human beings. Like, it don't matter. Like, I hung out with Chad one time and he brought out a celebrity and a mailman.
Yeah, that's dope.
And he hung with them both
ends of the spectrum.
And he hung with them. That's Chad.
What's the dude's name from your hood? He ain't got no teeth.
Pork chop.
Pork chop. Yeah, pork chop. You made pork chop famous.
Remember the homeless man?
Pork chop.
Remember the homeless man I had for like 2 years?
All right. Hey, look. Can we get pork chop on the show?
He's in New Orleans.
Damn, pork chop, come back. All right, real quick, because we got to end this sort of shows, though. We had an amazing conversation. This is phenomenal. This is the locker room, man. And we got Coach Jackson. Coach, real quick. 2014, that year, what stood out to you the most that year?
I had a heart attack.
I didn't know that.
A lot of people did. I was afraid to share it because I thought people would see me differently. You become damaged goods. And that would be a reason why you can't continue to climb.
Ooh, that's good. Why are y'all coaches trying to kill yourselves?
I mean, it's like players in my mind. If there's always somebody ready to take your place.
Wow.
I mean,
you
have to understand it that way, And so at that time, I just became the coordinator. And you got to remember my history. I was at Oakland as a head coach. Had to come back to Cincinnati and coach on defense. If you go look at the teams I was on, I couldn't stay at one team.
Right.
Because I knew if I wanted to have a chance to ascend, I needed to coach quarterback.
Got it.
And so that's what made me go from place to place. There's other places I was a coordinator in title. Right. I wasn't calling the plays and I wasn't coaching the quarterback.
Right.
It didn't happen for me until I went to Baltimore to become the quarterback coach of Joe Flacco, helped draft him. Tried to get Brandon to come. He didn't come. And then that led me to Oakland as the primary play caller, quarterback coach, and in charge of all the offense, where we went from 31st to 6th.
So I'm going to scale it down for the people at home, right? You might want to invest in a fast food chain. They tell you got to come in, you got to work in here, you got to be the manager, general manager.
Got to clean up at night.
You got to clean up. You got to know the business inside out. So what coach is saying to the people at home is,
This nigga just bought me from the 3-point line. God damn.
because normally, you know, running backs, former running backs, well, you was quarterback in high school, but not on the other levels, right?
Right, absolutely.
So
in college, I was a quarterback.
Quarterback in college, but in the pros, normally if you're gonna be in the pros and you're a quarterback,
I ain't call that.
it's easier to make that transition to a coordinator than eventually coach. Not so much from the running back position or any other position for that matter. You know, so what he did was he took his skill set, you know, in every position, and then he parlayed that.
Absolutely.
And eventually became a head coach.
We hide it there.
To do it, I had to coach the single most important position in the National Football League.
Right.
That made they couldn't tell me no anymore.
Right.
How do you tell me no? You can't tell me no because I've now coached that position and I've coached it well.
Point blank period. And what is this episode? What? You know. That was awesome, guys. That conversation closing out. You liked it? You enjoyed it?
I loved it.
That was good. That felt like a lost cause.
Coach, we appreciate you.
We had to fight to get a meal. Yeah, wrongfully accused. We had to fight to get a pill. That's why we right to get a deal. He on the team, you gotta eat, you know. Despite the skills, you been riding for the fam, you gotta like.
Oh, about to send that shit. I see you right now. Why this shit just move me in front of the 3-point line? You got ball. I thought he was about to dunk your ass. 5 seconds. Alright. I'm off.